Hello, everyone, and good evening. Good evening. It's Conrad Gaida here today. We're streaming in on different platforms, and I have with me a good friend, somebody I've met when we met in 2019, around I believe June time, June July,
Yeah.
sort of. So we've started pretty much in the same time. I was maybe when we've met. Moses had some deals. I had some deals on my own.
Hello, everyone, and good evening.
So yeah, we've met on PPN on one of the progressive events. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We have Muzzy Nduna. Muzzy.
Hey, Brachi, how you doing?
I'm really good. I'm really good.
We've been trying to get this live done for a long time. I'm glad we finally got time to do it.
Yeah, yes. Well, we were struggling. We're both busy chasing deals,
I know.
challenging each other. Okay, so just at the beginning, I want to welcome everybody for joining us. Everyone who's listening, and if you've got any question, you can shout out, bring them up, and I'm sure we're gonna answer. So. What's happened? How we've met? How did we help each other? Mazi, will you explain to everyone?
Yes, I'll gladly explain that. So me and Conrad went to the same training company, and Conrad went there before me. So the first time that I went there, we had this point where they showed videos of all the successful people who had recently started. And we were sat there thinking, I wish I was that person. I wish I was that person. And then this guy showed up on one of the videos, this little guy, and he's there talking about, I've got these deals that I'm working with my business partner. I'm working with my boss. And I was like, wow, interesting. And then because at the time I was doing a lot of networking, I went to a local PPN, which is a networking group for progressive in Leamington. And then I bump into this guy. I'm like, I know you. I've seen you on one of the videos. I know you. And I told him that I actually saw him on one of the videos in the group, and the fact that he was doing all these deals with his business partner and his boss at the time. And from then onwards, we just got really close. I got to find out what he was doing. At the time, I had no deals whatsoever, barely any experience. And I was thinking, I need to stay close to people like him and pick up as much knowledge as possible from him. And then we just take it from there. But the good thing was Conrad was really helpful, actually. Shared quite a lot of information that helped me quite a lot in my journey. And then I got really stuck to him like glue. He couldn't shake me off.
Yeah, I can't get rid of you. So when we met, you didn't have any deals before, didn't you?
No. At the time, I had just finished my first training with Progressive, and in my attempt of learning a lot more, because I was all fired up after the training, I thought, let me see if I can meet up with more people that are doing what I'm trying to do, and that's where I bumped into you.
Yeah, coincidentally, you were in the same area as I am.
Exactly, which was a really big coincidence. And yeah, it was great. It was great. It played a huge part actually in my journey personally, and It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I often say, like, to network with people close in your area. Network like going for networking events down to London, and for example, and also network in your close area, meeting people at the same level or one step ahead and one step behind on your journey, because you can help each other. And this is what it was with me and Mazi. And initially I helped Mazi, possibly in some way. However, we both help each other. How did that happen? Well, tell me the story. Like if like you were trying to when you get your first deal, then I was getting the another. How did you work on at this time?
So the first time I actually met Conrad, I put him up there. I was like, he's one of the guys that have been identified as a star in progressive. So I want to be like him. And I was just there like following through what he was doing, just picking on everything he was doing. If he posts something, I will post something too. And then I had this secret competition I was having with Conrad and never told him about it. I was like, whatever he does, I'm gonna do it too. He posts something, I'll post again. He then joined the 7-day no money down challenge. And I was so tired. I had no time because I was working shifts. And I thought, you know what? I'll still find a way to compete with that guy because I'm trying to beat him. So I had a secret competition that I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell Conrad. I didn't even tell my wife. It was just in my head. And then, and this is what actually helped me because I started picking up experience. I started picking up momentum. And from that competition, actually, that's where I found my first deal. I actually picked up 2 deals in 7 days. And I was like,
yeah, we had the same outcome pretty much because I had 2 deals and you had 2 deals only in 7 days. 7 days, and we could get 2 deals rent to rent. So this is possible. This is about the pushing forward. So what happened then?
So to be fair, he still beat me on that challenge anyway. but in my head, I thought, okay, he's got 2 deals. I managed to get 2 deals. So I might actually be able to catch up to this guy. So I continued with my secret competition. Yeah. So Conrad actually secretly held me accountable. And I would think, okay, today I've done this. And instead of saying, well done, Muzi, you've done that, I would see Conrad post something else. And I was like, now I have to do something else. And it just kept going back and forth and back and forth. This was for like a year until I actually said to Conrad, do you know what, dude? This is what I've been doing secretly. I'm going to tell you the truth. I've been competing with you in my head. And the funny part about it is Conrad was doing exactly the same thing with me. And I was like, what?
And this was really awesome. This was really awesome. Like when I was getting deals, then Mazi got some deals. Then Mazi got another deal. Then I had to get on to the next level. So Aga is asking how long it took you to get your first deal from the training.
After the first training, which is great. That's a fantastic question, Aga. So Progressive was not my very first training company. My first training company was actually back in November 2018. So from November 2018, which is when I was initially introduced into property, the first deal was in September 2019. Okay, so that was about 9 months for me from the first one. And this is something that we talk about quite a lot with Conrad and everyone else who's in our mastermind, is you can get a very long period from the first time you're introduced to the first time you get a deal. Just don't be disheartened. You just need to keep going. You might find people that find the deal within the first week, within the first 3 weeks, or some people just buy the deal through a deal sourcer or whatever. But those are sort of like rarities. Just because they've got a deal within the first week, don't think that you're failing on something because you haven't got yours in 3 months or in 6 months or in 9 months. I had mine in 9 months, and it's possible. It's something that can actually happen. So that's a great question, Aga. Thanks for asking that.
Yeah, it actually was the same on my side. When I've done my first training, I've attended multiple streams of property income where I signed up for like paid training. This was in March 2018, and what happened then? Well, I was taking some action. I was arranging viewings. I was sending some letters, and I was facing rejection after rejection after rejection, and I had a feeling like I had thoughts that I want to quit, that this ain't gonna work for me. I can't do it. However, I had somebody who was telling me like, yes, you can. It was Dorota actually, who was just saying like, yeah, just go and do it. Just try. Just do some marketing. Just go out for networking event, meet those people, hang around with those people who are on the same journey, and that's what I did. And after 9 months of like battling, I would say, I've managed to buy 2 deals from a sourcer. And yes, some people find them quickly. For some people it takes longer. I couldn't find them. I've paid to a source. We've paid quite a lot of money, way overspent on what we should actually. However, this helped me going. So, and I know people, and Mazi, you know them too. There are some people who are doing the training and they smashing it, like after week 2, 3 weeks after training, they can get a deal. But there are other people who are struggling. And those who are struggling, we can divide them into two: the ones who are giving up, and the other ones who are pushing forward. And the main bit is to keep pushing forward, stay in the game. We've known people who've been chasing for a deal 18 months. 18 months. By the time they found I think in March last year, they first ran to SA, and now they've got 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So it is possible. It's just a matter of getting the first deal. The first deal is the most difficult one, but if you got it,
absolutely,
it will get easier and easier.
Yeah. Deal. It's a good point to raise. The first deal, the most difficult one. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back to our challenge, to our competition with me and Mazi. Yeah, Mazi was doing great. Mazi was really good in negotiation. He was getting deal after deal, and I was trying to be ahead of him all the time. So I was pushing forward, and I remember the day when Mazi told me, like, oh, he rang me saying, like, oh, Konrad, I've just secured a deal. I said, oh, that's cool. I was happy, right? I was happy. He said, like, I've secured a single leg on 25% below market value, which was amazing, isn't it? But deep inside, I felt like, oh shit, I need to do something to be better. So Mazi got his first deal, but then, 3 or 4 months later, I've managed to purchase a deal which is bigger than Mazi's. And so Mazi now needs to get another house, and then I'm gonna get another house. However, before I bought a property, Mazi has put a post. That's how we're competing with a deal, with posting, etc. Staying accountable, keeping our both in the game. Mazi did a post on, put a live video or just a video saying, like, oh, just about posting on constantly on social media, blah blah blah, and I've just raised 100 grand. And I'm sitting in this office on this chair looking at the video, and I'm like, and I felt pissed, honestly. I felt really pissed on my own. And then I realized, like, 3 or 4 minutes later, like, oh no, I need to do something about it. And I picked my phone, I went out of the house, I just said to the router, like, oh, I'm leaving, I'm going out. and I've done a video on a progressive live video. I started just talking about the deals I was viewing. What should I do? Should I put an offer? Should I put cash offer, use investors finance? And the very same day, I got a message like, okay, Konrad, don't worry, we put the money. And I've raised like literally 300 grand for the deal we actually buying now. So it's really worth it to have somebody like Mazi, have somebody to work with closely. Well, I can say Mazi is my good friend, and we stay close. We talk quite often, and it's really good to have somebody like this, and you can move your businesses forward all the time.
Exactly, and I have to point out that it's a friendly competition.
Absolutely.
We're looking to outdo each other and actually building each other. At the same time, Konrad is actually supporting my business to build it. At the same time, he's actually looking to beat me. So it's a friendly competition. We actually help each other. But at the same time, everything that we do, we're like, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? So sometimes when I actually post, I post on purpose because I know Konrad's going to see that post and think, oh no, because I see his post as well. And I was like, oh, he's done it again. So when he posted about the new purchase of that huge house in Hinckley, I was like, oh man, I thought I beat him. Now I have to step up my game. So
Well, I'm sure you'll do. I'm sure you'll do. Kinga is asking, Muzzy, do you do rent to HMO or rent to SA?
so we actually touch on both, but then I'm more on a service accommodation person. So mainly focus, like literally, I think it's just the one. I only have one HMO out of our whole portfolio, and it's all serviced accommodation at the moment. And at the moment, we're just looking to build that alone, not looking at any other strategy. So rent to rent
Yeah.
service accommodation and buy to service accommodation.
Yeah, and it goes quite well. Mazi does rent to service accommodation. However, he also offers management on service accommodation itself. So if everyone is in like West Midlands, Warwickshire area, Northampton, feel free to get in touch with Mazi, and I'm sure he'll be of help. He will help. And staying close, how else we must help each other? Was it only accountability? Is there anything else we were helping each other? Any deals, anything?
Yeah. I have to say, like, on top of holding each other accountable, and now we don't necessarily have to have scheduled accountability sessions. When we say this is my accountability buddy, I actually class Conrad as my accountability buddy, although we actually set it up in a completely different way. Because I know Conrad is a hard worker, he will always do something and continue posting on Facebook, continue working hard. I'm seeing his journey and I'm thinking, okay, I need to try to stay close to that. And that's how we actually keep each other accountable. However, when it also comes to deals, which is why I'm saying it's a friendly competition, because he wants my business to actually grow as well as I want his business to grow. So it's not a competition where he wants me to fail so that he wins. It's actually we build each other up so we can step up our own games. Okay. So the other thing that we actually help each other with is Conrad is focusing on deal sourcing as well as running HMOs, and he finds deals, he finds potential people who are looking for any of the managements, just like he's mentioned, and he actually passes those links or passes those opportunities over to us, and we do the same thing vice versa. And the other thing on top of that is information. Like, information is really valuable. Updates on legislations, updates on any changes in the rules that may affect any of our strategies. We've got WhatsApp groups where we share all this information, and Conrad is always on top of these groups as well and actually shares that. So it's also good to have someone who's active in your environment, active in your location, active in the business that you're running, where we can share all this information that can actually save everyone a load of pain.
Yeah, that's true. I think there is one best part about it, with having Muzzy close, is like if we go to Progressive, we can share a car. It saves a lot on fuel, isn't it?
It saves a lot of fuel, actually. That's very true. That is very true. And
Yeah.
because we're so close to each other, we all drive in one car and have a discussion about our journeys and help each other out in the car as well. Even though I'm always late.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Today we were late, not because of me, as you can tell. But yeah, it's always about having fun, isn't it? Who's having fun? Press like if you're having fun. We're having loads of fun today.
We're having fun laughing at Muzzy. That's what it is. As long as
come on, Muzzy. Okay, Aga says, I can see straight that you both build a very strong friendship during this competition. Love it. Yes, absolutely. We have built really good friendship.
Absolutely, Aga. Absolutely. That's very true.
Yeah.
Dorota said something. Love Dorota, by the way, guys. Conrad wouldn't be anything without Dorota. I want to point that out. Absolutely love Dorota.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Read that loud, Mazi. Read that loud.
I remember you training with agents. We remember always, Muzzy, is it possible to talk to them about anything else than property? See, I love that period. I still have pictures of us going to see agents for the first time. And we were there, myself and Dorota, Conrad, and there's a couple of other people that were there as well. And Dorota would just walk straight into the agent, and we're all scared. It's the first time we'd been there. Dorota just walks straight in and starts having a general conversation with had nothing to do with property. She's asking about the glasses, she's asking about the clothes, talking about the weather. I'm like, what is she doing? And then you realize that she's actually like treating people as people. You know, I actually learned quite a lot from that, and I do that even till this day. Don't just go straight in and start talking about, oh, I'm looking for a 5-bed house that's going to give me £500. No one is interested in that. Treat them like people first, and I learned that from Dorota. You're the best. You're the best.
Yes, you're the best. And also, if I can point that it's not about like even with direct with agent or direct to landlord, whoever it is, or if we're buying or Mazi. Yeah, if we maybe he'll join again. If we're buying a property or any negotiation, we focus on people. We focus on the problem. It's not about coming to a house where vendor was living like 10, 15, 20 years and just point out, oh, the windows are single glazed, the doors are need replacing, you know, the boiler is 12 years old, and I'm gonna put an offer of 20% below market value. There's no deals you'll get if you do like this. It's about focusing on a person, understanding his situation, his pain points, why is he's looking to rent the property, why is he looking to sell the property. It's quite often like bad experience with tenants, bad experience with agents, anything. And if we need to find out that what was the problem of this person and then point out the solution. So if he says like, I had a bad tenant, we don't talk about, I don't know, you'll get no voids and we will look after the tenants. We say like, okay, we're not the agent and we can do a better job. And I understand that agents are not well, and the agents often like agents are based on fees and they can get, oh, Mazi is lost and I've lost my momentum. Oh, here he is back. Yay, what's happened, Mazi?
My laptop is a hater.
Okay then. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I was just saying about the continued what you said, like with even if we're with vendor, just finding a pain points, you know, finding a solution, and just don't talk about the house when we really talk about pain points and how we can solve it. If he says like agent was not doing a good job, so saying we can say like, oh, we are not the agents, and I see very often that agents don't do a good job. That's why we are not based on the fees. We are based. We're paying guaranteed rent. Then we take pay bills, and what's left. I'm pointing always. What's left is our profit.
Our profit, yeah. and make it seem like it's only a small part.
Yeah. I always do like. I was like, that's your rent. That's the bills, and what's left is ours.
So it's like just the like little size on the side there. That's all we get, and just to go back on the point of treating the people that you're working with as people. One of the other tricks, following from a lot of the experience that we've had together, going into agents and calling agents as well. If you notice, like there are some people that have a standard script when they answer the phone to say like, hello, this is X and X Properties, Conrad speaking, how can I help? A lot of times that they actually mention their name as part of their script when they answer the phone. If you then actually say, hi, Conrad, how are you? That changes the whole conversation.
Yeah. It's about listening.
It actually builds rapport. And most of times when I do that, they're like, oh, who's this? As if to say, how do you know my name? Because they say it so quickly and they've said it so often, they don't realize they've already told you their name. And they think, oh, if this person knows my name, then it's someone who knows me, but we don't know who they are. And there's a really good point there. If you actually start building rapport with them, at that point, you mention their name, you've already built that relationship. By the time you get to the point of saying what you're looking for, they're more willing to help you because you're not actually too business minded. You're not going straight in to say, I've got loads of money, I'm here to get loads of properties, I'm an investor. Like people who just say, instead of actually saying hello to someone, they just show them your business card. And I'm like, you're dealing with another person. And that's one of the things I actually picked up from Dorothy as well. So nice one for that one. Nice one for that.
Yeah, definitely. Huge shout out to Dorota. Well done. Okay. Yeah. We know Dorota is a boss. We all know Dorota is a boss. Joanna Morish is asking which one is doing better as per today, Mazi.
That is an interesting question. Very interesting question.
Well, we would need to check a bank account.
I know we'll have to check bank accounts, and then if we do that, then we'll realize Conrad is doing far much better than me.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Maz is he's still chasing deal after deal after deal after deal. So it's really difficult to tell.
I would like to say we're both doing really well in our own industries.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, don't mind him. Technology is never his friend. Yeah, that's about you, Mazi.
Oh, thanks, Shenyi. Gosh, you know, that's a good friend of mine exposing me like that.
Okay. And Dorota says, we love each other, so Charlene know about everything. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Just like how Dorota is the boss over there, Charlene's the boss this side.
Well, everyone's got their own boss, right? There's like people, men's are the brain. However, the women are the neck. The neck controls the head, you know?
I see. That is so true.
Yeah, there's always someone, like, I think Donald Trump was saying that behind every, well, maybe not Donald Trump, but behind every man's success, there is a woman, and that's absolutely true. Happy wife, happy life. Indeed.
Very true. That is very true. I love that.
Okay. Mazi, any more shares you want to add to the conversation?
See, I said at the start that we've been trying to get this live to happen for a long time. I see Conrad go live almost every day, especially on the Diamond platform, and I'm always commenting in my Polish to say, kind of like reminding that I'm here. At one point, I'm gonna get you to get me on the live, and I'm finally here. So I'm just gonna say thank you. I really appreciate that. Hopefully, this is something that we'll do again at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We want this is not going to be a long live. I think we had really good fun, haven't we? I had a really good fun.
We did indeed. Hopefully that's something that we can do again very soon. So thanks for the guys that joined. And if you guys want to connect, feel free just to reach out to me and we can have a chat.
Absolutely. All the best, everyone. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Nara.